Rotorheads with Nick, Sage, and Johnny. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Episode 20 of Rotorheads. We got a guest on this week, Alex.
Oh no,
Alexander Perez, if I am not mistaken, correct?
Yep, that's correct.
Alex, why don't you tell us a little about yourself? You're from Puerto Rico, correct?
Yeah,
Mexico.
I'm from the island. No. No, I'm from the island of Puerto Rico. That is U.S. territory. It's really hot. It's usually hot all year long. So yeah, we're pretty much flying all year long too.
Oh, yeah. You, just get a
Yeah.
fly in whenever you want, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Must be nice.
But yep. What else? I'm a rep for Scorpion, JR, Expert, and Lynx.
My God. You fly Oxy as well? Or you're a Lynx guy?
Not yet. Yeah, the only Lynx thing I have is a logo 690 swash plate,
Ah,
which I was using till I destroyed my 550.
oh, yeah, that's right. You mentioned you were waiting on parts for that 550.
Yep.
What's your fleet look like? What helis do you fly?
I usually fly my stepfather's TRX 700 when I come down from university to my home, and Chase 360.
Chase 360, huh? They
Yep.
call it a chase because you're always chasing vibes?
Ooh,
No idea.
savage. Going at it
I'm
early.
just
not
teasing.
even
H1
doing that.
I'm
Alex
just teasing.
0. Rest in peace.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah.
So you said you're in university and stuff. How old are you?
I'm 22 years old.
Okay.
I study survey engineering.
Right on.
Surveying.
Smart.
Yep.
How long have you been flying?
I've been flying since 2007, I think.
So about 10 years, huh?
Yep.
Man, that's
My
a lot of
dad-
stick time when you can fly year round.
Yep, that's right. I flew on the sim for like 4 years or something before actually starting to fly with an actual helicopter.
Not a bad way to go about it.
Yep. And when I did, I started with a Hirobo Shuttle ZX,
Oh, wow.
which is a 30 sized helicopter, flybarred obviously.
That sounds
And
kind of annoying to fly.
yeah. It only lasted 7 flights till I put it into the ground.
I remember those
And-
days.
Yep. That
Well, I mean,
stuff.
for starting with a like 30 size flybar nitro, 7 flights isn't even bad.
Well, he said he simmed for 4 years before he flew.
Okay, then it doesn't count.
Yep.
That's cool. So, do you guys have fun flies down? I know Puerto Rico's a fairly small island. So, first off, do you go to school like in Puerto Rico?
Yep. That's right. My university is on one end of the island, and my actual home is on the other end.
So, do you
So
take the chase with you to school?
Nope. I always have the 550 with me.
Oh, always have your 550 with you.
That's an
Except for
upgrade.
now, because it's in pieces.
Correct.
I'm really uneducated. How large is Puerto Rico?
It's
like a 15-minute bike ride across.
not really. Well, compared to the US and other places, well, yeah, but it's only 35 miles by Actually, 111 by 35.
Wow.
That is normal
Alright,
units.
So it's like
170-ish.
Yeah, you can get from one side to another in about 3 hours.
50-ish. Yeah, that is actually not too bad.
it's actually fairly like big. It's bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. So, but do you guys have fun flies? You have an active RC community down there? I feel like you do a little bit.
Well, yep. We have some people here that are recognized, like Will Ramirez. He flies he used to fly for KDS, and he now flies for Experience RC,
Oh, okay.
and he went to Ercha and represented us down there. And but yeah, we have some nice events over here.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I have to drive at least. I want to say I have to drive at least about 2.5 hours to get to the nearest event.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I think that's pretty cool that you guys live on a fairly small island and have, have events and stuff.
Yeah. Most are relatively close.
Yeah, no,
Sage,
that's cool.
that means you're driving across the entire island twice to get to the event.
No, I know. That's exactly what I was thinking when he was talking about how big it was. I was just
Mhm.
like, oh yeah, if we're driving across the state that I'm in, we're doing that 3 times. That's cool. Well,
Mhm.
have you done anything RC related lately besides wait for parts?
Um, well, mostly simming all the time, and RC related. Apart from that, not really.
All right.
Ever
Well,
since I put my logo down, it's been sad.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. I just know how that goes. For sure.
Sad days.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Nick McCoy, what have you been up to lately?
Corn pollinating.
Nothing RC at all. No, I told you I'm done with
I'm
that.
kicking you out of the club.
No, been doing this whole week. Basically, I had an air ride event down in Decatur, Illinois.
Oh,
We're
that's
doing
right.
air rides.
You flew over a tractor party and sent us pictures.
Yeah, just big tractor party basically.
That's like what
Just did
happens at a
that. We
tractor
did like
party?
375 rides over the course of it.
Wait, you gave 3 like individual like people or like flights?
Individual people. It's a mix of between 1 to 3 people on each helicopter ride.
So a minimum of 100 flights anyway you look at it.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, that's crazy.
So you did 100 landings and takeoffs.
Probably around there. Yeah.
Well, be happy
I
you
mean-
don't fly an AS350.
Landings and takeoffs, yes. Because usually, if you take off, you have to land. So,
Well, you're landing one way or another.
yeah,
No,
it's coming down
But you
at
know
some
why
point.
I'm saying be happy that you don't fly an AS350.
Because good luck setting those down 100 times nicely.
No, I mean true, but no. The engine monitoring system locks cycles per landing, not up and shut down.
It what?
The engine monitoring system locks cycles for the engine per landing, not per shutdown and startup.
Oh, really?
Yes,
weird.
which is completely stupid, but they do it.
Rip.
Random
Rip that
fact
engine.
of the day.
But yeah, other than that, I've had a couple city tours up here at my home. And I've done nothing RC at all lately. Like, yeah,
Mm.
that's been mine. So I got some cool pictures and video we could throw up of the helicopters from the event while they
Yeah.
were flying. Some slow motion blades and stuff.
Well, if the temperature's anything there like it is here, you don't want to be out flying right now.
No, we had great weather actually. It was like 70s and 80s.
Oh, I
Fahrenheit.
hate you. It's been like 95, 100.
Oh,
Here.
no, not at all. It's
Yeah.
been nice here.
Jonas, that's 35 for people who don't know both.
Thank you. I know.
Oh man. So not much RC related stuff. We'll put up some of your pictures though from your flying. I always like that
Yeah.
you send those.
Good luck. Have fun.
Jonas, what have you been doing? You got out and did some flying, didn't you?
Yes, just today. I haven't been flying in a month since I did that auto rotation video.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I got out with a friend today and gave my rail 626, which I bought for my 600 a try. And my rotor tag 106 is for my 700.
So I want to hear all about those 626s.
I don't like them. I'm gonna sell them.
Why don't you like them?
Well, it's not the blade itself. It's just it neither fits my flying style nor the helicopter really.
Right.
Like,
Okay. Go ahead.
like I'm flying a Pyro 3012 motor, which is equivalent to the 752.
Okay.
And I don't know. It just seems unhappy with these blades. They demand too much power. Like the cyclic is super nice on them. The collective lift is great, but the motor and the tail just seem unhappy.
Ah.
I don't know. It's probably.
So you actually do like the feel of them. You don't like the way the helicopter behaves overall, all things considered.
Yeah, it feels a bit
Interesting.
overloaded. So I
Yeah.
would probably go for 606s. I know someone who bought 606s for his low RPM heli. I'll see if I can trade with him because
Yeah.
626 probably is the better choice for low, and 606 better choice for me to fly my 3D kind of stuff. But yeah, they aren't bad blades, but I expected them to harmonize better with the power system. I don't know. Sucks.
Yeah. Fair enough. No, I totally I get where you're coming from.
And then I flew my 700. I don't know. Have you seen the video? Yes, you have. How low can you go? Too low.
I don't know. Which one is it?
Too low terrain.
The video you sent us
Sync
earlier.
rate. Yeah.
Where you did a massive skid bump.
Yeah.
I think we can call that maneuver the excavator.
Wait, when was this?
You didn't see that
Yeah,
video he
Nick, you
sent?
suck.
No, I didn't see this.
Oh,
That's
God,
probably when I was flying.
He smashed his logo into the dirt.
Oh,
Yep.
lovely.
Literally.
I expected the stopping power of 2,000 RPM. Did not deliver.
Did not deliver. Huh.
Did
I
not
couldn't
deliver.
even really see. It didn't even look like you were doing anything that yeah, I don't know. It just it looked like
Well-
it got away from you a little bit and then, I don't know.
Nope. That.
Because you just did a little loop and then you
Yeah.
were in the dirt.
I was trying to do the loop and level out, but it did not do that.
You just
Yeah, whatever.
couldn't handle your looping skills, huh?
Heli lost another life. 7 to go.
Did you break anything in that?
No.
It looked like you probably should have broken skids at the least.
Yeah.
Nah. Mikado skids are fucking flexible. They are the most flexible skids I've seen on any helicopter, to be honest.
Huh.
In my auto rotation video, I had
Except
that
for
fucking go.
MSH's wet noodles.
I had that touch and go on the paved runway, and I hit so hard that my canopy lost some.
Oh,
Of the-
2 hours ago, you just uploaded this.
Yes.
I'm watching it.
I hit so hard that the canopy touched and got scratched on the bottom. Fine.
That's a canopy
well.
bump.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, except for dirty canopy and skids, which I didn't even bother to clean yet. No damage. And rotor tag 106s are pretty nice. Minor improvement over the 105s and visually pleasing.
Right on. Yeah, I liked them when I was running them. Right now I'm running the Compass 115s, and they're a good tail blade too. But I'll probably go back to the rotor techs before too long.
Okay. That should be, well, I've been developing accuracy a lot, been making, well, let's see, last time we recorded, did we have the Black Thunder already? Probably. Now we have the
Yes, we
Goblin
did.
3, we have the Goblin 380 on beta currently.
Yep. Gaui
We,
X7 coming soon.
yeah, Gaui X7 should be rigged in about a week, fingers crossed, if Sane gets to it. We have
Logo
this
480 coming soon.
Yeah, we have the logo 600SX and 600SE revamped, because that was really just take the 6.9, you remove a couple parts, put a new canopy on, done. So
Pretty easy.
why wouldn't we? Yeah, more models to come. I'm quite happy with how stuff is coming along really quickly lately. But that's it for me, Sage. How about you?
Well, let's see. I got out and flew yesterday, which was really nice. It had been a little while since I'd flown. I couldn't fly the Nitro because I tell you guys last week about how the fan came off the hub. I don't remember.
No.
So the last time I flew it, it was making kind of a rattling noise when I'd spin the starter. And so I was like, okay, take it home, put it on the bench, figure out what it is. I'd probably have bearings going bad or whatever. No, it was the fan had come loose from the fan hub and was just like rattling around and had a bunch of broken fan blades on it and stuff. So I ordered the stuff up to replace that. And so I'd been sitting on the bench waiting for that stuff to come in. And so I got all that stuff and got everything fixed yesterday and went out to the field and went out with the local club here, and it was all right. I have something going on with the Nitro. I think I got to check my check valve for the pressure line, but it was just not making at mid throttle. It just was not getting consistent fuel, so it was just like didn't want to run consistently. It idled like a champ, and if you like really whomped on it and gave it full throttle, no problem, ran like a champ. But in the mid, it just like was not getting fuel. So I got to figure out what's going on there. Something's going on. So, but the Exo's flying okay.
It's flying okay.
The revised gearing is working out better. I've got that 16-tooth pinion in it. But the KV on that motor is just way too high for the stock gearing in that helicopter. But I gotta have good news. I am getting a copper dock motor.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm actually really excited because I wanted one for a long time, and then I finally got the opportunity to get one because he's making a batch of motors specifically for the TDF. But I kind of noticed that the highest KV version is like a 730, and I figured with a 20-tooth pinion I can actually make that work for what I want. And
What motors are they?
It's the Rage 4219 motor, but it's just rewound to 730 kV instead of nearly 10.
4219.
It's the stock EXO motor.
Oh, for the TDF and low RPM probably.
Yep. So he's doing 3 different versions of it, one for 12S, one for 10S, and one for 6S, I think. But I'm getting the one he's doing for 6S, and I'm going to put it in the EXO.
That's neat.
And then hopefully, whenever the stretch comes out, I'll really be in good shape to run like 1900 goved. Just perfect.
Hell yes.
I was looking at the EXO yesterday. Okay, so there's no damping in the head, right? So if you do that nifty little trick where you point the tail blade directly at the hub and you point the main blade directly back at the tail and like kind of bend them together to where they touch, it's not the same as other helicopters. There's like all the flex has to come out of the blade, so you can't really flex them that much.
So it's super rigid.
Well,
it's super rigid. It's like and I get it that maybe aerodynamic force doesn't make them flex more than what my hand does, but like it's to the point where I wasn't comfortable flexing anymore because I felt like I would break the blade before it, like, you know what I mean? Like it just
Yeah.
was not. So it was really fascinating though, because there is darn near 30 millimeters of clearance there already.
Okay.
Good.
So I really almost feel like I could bolt 550s on it and not have
You know what you should do to really determine if you can run what the maximum blade sizes you can run.
what?
You take a photo of the helicopter.
Oh, and do
with
the circles?
Yeah, and do the circles and just use the quasi hinge of the blade, like the point where the blade would flap if it was to bend. So
Right.
pretty much just outside the root.
Yeah. Sorry,
That would-
I interrupted. So what Jonas is talking about is you take a picture of your helicopter from the side, and then you draw two circles, representing the path of the blade tips, and if they intersect, you'll be able to tell if your blades are too long or not.
I'm gonna send you a photo where I did that on my 690.
Please do. I'll
and
put it in.
Yeah, you also always have to consider where is the softest point in your rotor head. If you have like a really rigid dampening and soft blades, you have to go a bit outward into the blade with the circle. If you have like a really rigid rotor that's dampened rather softly, you can just go into the center of the rotor.
Yeah. Yeah, with the EXO and those rail 516s, you can't flex them very much at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know I did that. I did that actual thing that you're talking about with the picture and the drawing the circles, and I determined before that 550s won't fit on the EXO. But I also don't think that the blades will flex as far as they would need to get them to touch.
Always gambling.
Oh no,
Forces are
yeah,
crazy, man.
for sure. That's definitely gambling. But
I mean, worst case, you boom strike it, right?
well, worst case, I guess. Yeah, I guess a boom strike, but more likely it would just be like breaking off the tips of your tail rotors or your main rotors.
Yeah.
But
So, Sage, have you done anything else this week?
no. Next week I'll be getting ready for Fun Fly.
Sweet.
But this week I'm going to be taking it easy too, because I don't want to break my helicopters before the Fun Fly.
Because you almost led us into the topic we are going to discuss today already, which finally is power systems.
Yay!
Yeah.
I've been doing quite a bit of research on this kind of stuff, just with the whole EXO. I mean, refreshing myself, because it's kind of one of those basic things you learn when you're kind of building your first kit.
Yeah.
At least at a basic level, you start learning about KV and gear ratios.
So let's get Alex to talk a bit more. Alex, how are your helis geared, and like, what do you look for when you like do the layout for the power system and drivetrain on your heli?
Okay. First, I try to look at the efficiency point of the motor. And after that, I think about what head speed will I be flying? What head speed do I really want to do my full flight on? And around that, that's where I get crafty with the pinion and the KV. Usually, I use an app in my phone where I calculate my max head speed with the KV, the main gear, the pinion, and the battery voltage. And that's pretty much how I get my head speeds on my helicopters most
So
of the
when
time.
you're what battery voltage are you generally using? You use a nominal voltage. You use 3.8 per cell. I know some people have different preferences for what they think is the best.
I usually use the nominal voltage, which is
So
the lowest.
3.7.
Yep. For example, in the app, for my logo 550 setup, I used 22.2 volts because
Right,
it's
okay.
6S. And then I enter the gearing and the pinions and yep, and it gives out what head speed will you have with the percentage of throttle in your radio.
So you fly JR radios, I'm assuming, because you said you fly for JR.
Yeah, that's right.
What? And then do you fly on Scorpion ESCs then?
Yep, I'm flying a Tribunus 120.
Okay, so what do you use for your gov? Do you use the Tribunus or do you use a flybarless?
I started out with the V-Bar governor back when I had the Castle Creation 100 app ESC on my heli.
Uh-huh.
But ever since I tried out the Tribunus and it's gov, it's a really good internal gov.
So you've been using the internal.
Yeah, I've been using it ever since I got it, and it's worked out super well ever since.
So what do you shoot for a throttle percentage on your Tribunus and your internal gov?
Okay, you would want on a Tribunus, you would want around 80 to 85% for the best governor performance.
That's your optimal is going to be whatever gives you about 85% throttle
Yeah,
to the
around
ESC.
that.
Yeah.
Correct, to leave some headroom for the governor to take control of your.
Oh, the
RPM.
Tribunus is going to take that headroom if you open it 100%, it's actually only give you 80% PWM.
Really?
Base throttle. Yep.
Yeah.
Is
That's
that
an issue.
while using the internal gov, or is that?
Yeah, that's internal gov because it's
Yep.
taking the overhead it thinks it needs. I'm not a fan of it, to be honest, and it was kind of annoying when I flew the internal gov when I did not have the stupid USB interface, which is completely
So
that you have to buy a USB interface.
So does that mean that? So does that mean in your radio then you have to enter like 100% throttle curve? I guess how does the Tribunus Gov work then? Does it work on throttle curves or does it work on a set RPM?
You give it a set throttle percentage and it randomly gives you an RPM for that. It's kind of like the Cosmic where it's non-linear.
Okay.
Kind of sucks. I was not a fan of it, but the internal governor actually is the best internal governor I've ever. So I got to give it that.
So
that
if you
thing
set
beats-
100% curve,
Stop. I was gonna say the Tribunus internal gov beats every fucking Contronic governor out of the water completely.
okay.
No.
Now you've made your stand.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Now go ahead.
If I type in a throttle curve of 100 with the internal gov, then it's gonna be 80.
Yep, 80% PWM based
so
throttle.
if I put in 80 in the gov, is that going to be 60 or is
I have
it
no
some
fucking clue.
Okay. But basically it leaves overhead no matter what, huh?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
it forces the overhead. That's also what I don't like because I do my throttle calculations a bit different because I usually just calculate my maximum governable head speed and just roll with it with the gearing I get for that. And then the Tribunus kind of fucks that over because my calculation assumes you want to be at 100% PWM at 3.85 per cell.
Okay.
So that doesn't work out.
It makes it a little different. So
Yeah. That's why I run VGov.
Is that where Alex using the nominal voltage will get him a more accurate result using the Tribunus?
Yeah, probably. With the Tribunus, You know what? I don't calculate the throttle percentage I need for an RPM because I run VGUF anyway. It's going to do whatever percentage it needs.
Sure.
I calculate for a given battery quality. I govern the maximum I calculate the maximum head speed my heli can govern. So what I do is number of cells times 3.85 for good batteries or 3.65 for bad batteries, times motor kV divided by main gear divided by pinion, last thing in brackets. And that always gave me so far the maximum head speed my governor can realistically hold, with a little bit of bulk, because I'm not a fan of violently rigid governors which hold the RPM no matter what. I want to notice when I approach the really the limit of what my helicopter is capable of. So a little bulk is acceptable and expected for me. But the calculation with the 3.85 kind of fucks over what the Tribunus does to you, because obviously it's going to go to 100% PWM if it needs to, but you may not be able to reach the maximum gov RPM in the first place because it always takes that 20% overhead off. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But otherwise, that equation always worked for any other helicopter I ran on VGUF or any other external gov that lets you actually go to 100% PWM.
Yes, I do basically the exact same thing you do. I use 3.85 times motor kV divided by gear ratio, and I look at that number as basically my maximum governable head speed, and then usually I will take about 10% off of that for my max head speed is what I kind of shoot for.
Yeah.
And it seems to serve me well. The only thing that I find difficult is when you don't have actually a good idea of what the motor kV is, because that makes calculating that stuff really difficult.
Yep.
And confusing.
Or when you're limited in pinions and stuff. Like on my Logo 600, I could realistically run 2,700 RPM go.
Wow.
Yes.
That's insane.
520 kV motor with good batteries on a 106 teeth main gear with a 12 teeth pinion. Run the 11 on the 106 main gear on 12 as it's just gonna strip.
Yeah. Alex had to leave us.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So Alex, we hope everything's okay. Thanks for joining us today, buddy. But okay, so Nick, what do? You just put a motor in your helicopter and fly it, don't you?
Yeah, I always ask
Whatever
Johnny what
opinions
motor
in
to
the
put in
kit.
there, and then he tells me. Or I just look at what all the pros are running in theirs, and then just run that.
Because you're a pro.
Nah, because I just overkill my power systems and then don't know how to use collective, so I just try and get the biggest motor I can.
Hey, that's what we call strategy.
Yeah, it's smart, right? Just overpower the hell out of it, and you don't have to worry about that.
Fair enough. Then your Cosmic 200 overheats in 90-degree weather.
Yeah, because that makes sense. Yeah, so I mean, should just go to a Scorpion and solve the whole issue, right?
People are always wondering what the most technologically advanced thing is, and what's the high water mark of human evolution. And at this point, I'm starting to think it's main gears that don't strip when Nick flies.
You know what? You're correct. Hey, to be fair, that was not my fault. All right. After figuring out the gear had that much play, yeah, it's the gear's fault. Everyone's like, oh, well, you don't have the proper shims in. All right, well, I have exactly what the manual says, and my gear's still stripped.
Well,
yes, it's built correctly per the manual, so add more shims, right? Because what else are you supposed to do besides just add more shims?
Yep,
more shims.
Yeah, because I seen someone else posted a video with their same gear movement, and everyone was like, oh, you have the wrong shims in there. And he had the right shims in there. It just had too
vertical
much
play or mesh?
Vertical play.
Vertical play does. Like, didn't you reverse your bearing block? Like,
Me?
put it in the wrong way.
No, mine was all assembled the proper
Oh,
way.
that was probably me then.
Yeah, that was probably you. I'm glad you completely mixed that up with me. Like this.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
No, but to be fair, for power systems, I actually just generally run like the basic ones that everyone else in the world runs.
Sure. Well, and
With my 700, I actually went through and figured out with Johnny because he taught me how to figure out like what head speeds you run at what percentage. Because I never knew really how to do that because I was lazy and didn't feel like figuring it out. So I just asked him, and he told me the formula and stuff. And then, now I went through all my helicopters and figured out the proper way of what head speed they're running at what percentage with what pinion. Because of my dad's 550, I actually went through and we changed his pinion out for something else to make it better.
And did you get improvements with temperature or?
I didn't go that in depth.
Anything like that.
We went for more head speed, so.
Oh, okay.
So everything went down basically.
Yeah.
Nick, I just got the now playing notification on Steam.
You know what? I tried it again to start it again, and it didn't start, so I gave up. I'm going back to CS:GO.
Oh well. Hey, my Logo 700 is actually geared reasonably. 540 kV motor with a 13-tooth pinion.
And what's the main gear? What's the actual ratio?
Blah. Good question. 10.6
6 to 1.
10.6.
Wow.
Huh?
10.46 to 1.
Yep. The EXO ratio is 10.5 out of the box, but the included motor KV is just too high. Oh, which I was told that the stock motor for the EXO, the KV is being revised to somewhere around 925.
So they're going to try and not run 8,000 head speed?
Yeah, well, out of the box, it's good for about 2,700 maximum goved, which is just more than it needs.
Yeah, that's just insane.
Most pilots need it maybe 2,400. You can fly the EXO pretty hard at 2,400 RPM. It moves pretty fast. So yeah, it just needs a little bit less head speed. And
fair enough.
They're gonna fix that.
Yay!
I'll tell you what. If it would have come out 2 years ago, 3 years ago, nobody would have even batted an eye. They just run it at 2,700 RPM and call it normal.
I would totally.
Yeah. Here's my problem with that. Okay, so my packs that are like 3,600 milliamp packs, whatever. Okay.
Milliamp hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's an extra syllable that I was, I'm trying to move along.
Just trying to save words, all right? We gotta make this episode shorter.
Anyway, they're supposed to be 3,600 milliamp hour. They are not. They are somewhere closer to 3,000. And so I get like 3 minutes at 2,600 RPM. So it's just not,
makes sense.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not. I don't know. I did a whole flight yesterday at 2,100. Kind of like smooth 3D stuff and like forward flight, and I got over 6 minutes on those little packs. So it's just it makes such a huge difference. And I couldn't even really fly at 2,100 RPM with the stock gearing because it just created way too much heat in the speed controller.
Can you fly it on 3S like I can fly my 12S heli-S?
Yeah, I could. I just don't have any appropriate 3S packs.
That would be so cool. Like, you can just take any 12S heli, drop in a 6S battery, and fly with half the RPM and save 700, 800 grams.
Yeah.
If you could do that with the EXO, that would be super cool.
I absolutely could. I just don't have any. I don't have any.
He just doesn't
packs, and I haven't specifically wanted to buy packs for it to do that. I want to buy new packs for it anyway, but I would rather buy like 6S 4,500 or 5,000s because of the stretch possibility.
Yeah.
And so I'm just it's a waiting game for me right now. If and when the stretch comes out, because there have been things tested by Compass before that they've decided not to release. And so if and when the stretch comes out, I will buy new packs for it. and they'll probably be like success 5,000.
Yeah. Remember someone asked us on our Facebook page if we could go into 12S versus 10S on helicopters like 600s.
Yeah, I actually would like to hear your opinion on that because I
14S. That's it.
I'm
Done.
actually kind of curious as to why the 8 and 10S isn't as popular as it was at one point. I know the Logo 600s were basically built for 8 and 10S at one point.
For tennis, yeah, that I actually ran tennis for like years. I just converted to 12S in like 2016, early 2016 probably.
Yeah.
And like 10S is just a pain in the butt. It's just like, 10S does not have the voltage. It lacks like 8.4 volts. And when you beat on it hard, it just draws so many amps that packs just are overstressed. It's just not fun for the packs.
What about for someone who's not flying hard 3D though?
I wouldn't see why you would go 10S either. Like,
Okay, what if I'm assuming that we're running the same gearing? You and I have the exact same helicopter. It's
yeah,
got the same
then-
motor, same gearing, everything on it, except for you're going to plug in a 12S pack and I'm going to plug in a 10S pack, and we're going to fly at the head speeds that those dictate.
That
Right.
is what I'm doing with my 600 currently. That's why I have 2,700 go, because I am running a 10S setup on 12S because I'm too cheap to buy a new motor for a fucking 600.
Yeah.
So let me do the math. 0.85 times 10 times 520 divided by 106 divided by 12. Max gov head speed with 10S would be 2,266 RPM.
Okay, so
That
your
would
amp
be
draw is going to be way lower on 10S. Mine would
higher.
be
Wait, if we
no,
fly
because
the
your head
RPMs
speed
that
is
are
going to be at
dictated-
2,200
yeah.
RPM.
No, wait. That was 10S. If we do 12S, we get 2,700.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're gonna fly at 12S at 2,700, and I'm gonna fly on 10S at 2,200, my amp draw is gonna be lower than yours.
Yeah, sure, but you cannot compare that.
You can, not for the same pilot, because you're not gonna fly it the same way that like a sport pilot or someone who wants to fly a 600 at 200 RPM with lighter packs. You get what I'm saying? I understand why
Yeah,
10S doesn't work
yeah.
for you because you fly harder and you want that extra power, but
Let's put it like this. If you cannot gear it reasonably for 12S, then you go with the packs that fit. If you can gear it reasonably for 12S, there is zero reason to go 10S because 10S, it's just a pain in the ass. Like,
okay.
it's not even backwards compatible. I could buy a Logo 480 now and fly my 6S 3700s from my 600 and that.
Yep.
But if you were to fly 5S 4000s, you could not do that reasonably.
And that makes sense.
Yeah, one cell too low.
Yeah, I think that's actually probably the best way to put it when you said that if you can reasonably gear it for 12S, there's no reason to gear it for 10. I think that hit the nail on the head. Okay, so what about for helicopters like the Goblin 570 that sit in kind of a weird blade area?
Don't buy it.
Yeah, just don't buy it.
No, okay, that's okay. That doesn't get anybody anywhere.
To be fair though, like the way I look at it is if you're gonna be trying to buy something for just a specific battery, then sure. But if you're buying it to where you want to be able to trade, oh, I want to use this battery on this helicopter. Well, a lot of them you're not going to be able to because you just instantly limited yourself to now that one helicopter with just that battery.
Well, and here's the thing though, and I know quite a few guys like personally like this. I don't share packs between helis at all because I generally use packing tape to attach my batteries to battery trays because it's easier to deal with than Velcro. It takes up less room. It doesn't come undone ever.
Mhm.
So I flat out, that's never a consideration for me, is can I share my packs?
That is
Yeah.
totally a consideration for me. That was also one of the reasons why I went 12s on my 600, because I can now reasonably fly my 12s 3,300s and my 700 as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a consideration for me, but I more think about like, what can I use these packs for if this helicopter crashes?
Okay, and that's fair enough. Like, but I know that like if I ever for whatever reason, if I ever like completely destroyed the EXO, I I don't know what I would do, because I don't know if I'd get another EXO. I
You
like
would
it.
cry.
I
You
just
would
don't know
cry.
but I also don't think I'd get another helicopter in that size. So
Yeah.
But if it was a Kronos that went in, it would just be like whatever I'm getting, whatever replaces it's going to take whatever batteries it flew on.
Yeah.
Let's put it like this. I wouldn't buy a 600 anymore. I'm just keeping this to test VTX
Yeah.
607s or 617s whenever they are ready.
Yeah,
But
I can't get excited about a 600. I don't know.
I just feel like
600s
they're
are-
not necessary. Like, there's no point to them anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Mikado did the new 600, but probably only to fit with the logo 700 stuff. I mean, I know a lot of people who like 600s who don't want a 700 because packs on a 600 are still considerably cheaper.
I mean,
guess.
but realistically, it's 110 for a 6S pack nowadays. Like, they're not that expensive.
Yeah. I kind of feel like the price difference between 6 and 700 packs, I don't know. I kind of feel like it's one of those things where yes, there's a decent price difference, but packs for a 600 are expensive enough that if you can comfortably afford them, you can comfortably afford packs for a 700. It's like they're expensive enough that they cross like a threshold. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
where it's like
once you
that
get
point,
past
it's
that
minimal.
point, it's like
Like, oh, an
I
extra
don't buy it.
$10.
Yeah, I don't buy it. But I don't know. I love the 6HV. I had one. I flew it. I flew the hell out of it. It was the first larger helicopter I had. Great, awesome. But after having a 700, I don't. There's no appeal to me. I have a hard time with anything smaller than a 700 anymore, and that's just me. That's just like they fly that much. They just fly that much better.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like my 700. Like, I don't fly my 480 much anymore. I just like my 700 a lot.
I like the EXO
I mean,
for morning flights.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say I liked it for morning flights. It was super convenient to just like grab and go, and have like single packs for it. But if I didn't have it, I wouldn't miss it because I'd still be flying 700s.
I mean, I love my 450, but I don't fly it as often anymore either. Like the 700 is really, yeah, it's just the feeling is just so much better on a 700.
Yep.
I know. It's just
It's the same but better, so it makes it hard.
yeah. Oh well, my 450 is still being flown. My 300
Another
as well.
factor for me is like, most of the places I fly are large enough to where a 700 size isn't going to affect me.
Yep. Exactly same for me. I don't have a field where I can't fly my biggest helicopter that I can fly small helicopter.
Yeah. Big factor for me on the 450 is also I can just throw it into a backpack with the radio and the batteries and to ride my bike to the field. No
Yeah,
need for
that's true.
a car. But you Americans don't even have bikes, right?
I have a bike.
No, we have electric
It's
scooters.
covered in dust.
You have Iohawks.
What?
These things you stand on the segways without the handle.
Oh my god, those are so annoying. Everyone has them lately.
Oh,
Wasn't that 2016 and now it's
Like-
fidget spinners?
Everyone at Urcha had those things. I'm like, why are you riding those through grass? Like, what are you gaining?
I
Just
know.
walk.
just walk.
Talking of fidget spinners,
Oh
Like,
man,
why can't we just walk?
I don't know.
Lazy.
Well, does anybody
Boy.
have anything else about power systems?
I mean,
as long as they don't burn, I'm okay with
Rip.
mostly anything except Hobby Wing because Hobby Wing is obnoxious. I just wanted to make that point again. I fucking hate Hobby Wing.
So, what's your guys' opinion about fans on an ESC?
I have one on my EXO, but it doesn't work.
Oh, well,
I used one on my Jive 80 and it worked okay, but the extra weight is not worth it if your ESC could handle it without it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it, but if you have an ESC and it's running really hot and it's got a place that puts a fan that you can put a fan on it and it supports it, there's no reason not to.
what if you put a fan on it and it still overheats? Piece of
Uh,
shit.
Then hey Nick, do you have something you want to talk about?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Is it red and brick shaped?
No, I mean, it might be.
If you put a
Is
fan
it
on it and it still overheats,
$800 or even $1,000 maybe?
Nah, just buy it used. It's good.
The fun thing is, Contronics are just the brickier bricks. I mean, Hobby Wings are bricks with wires, but like Contronic even sets them without wires, so they're even brickier.
yeah, they're just like a brick.
A brick.
Break with little tabs.
Should I elaborate why I hate Hobby Wing? Because
No.
we're gonna get a shitstorm about it.
To be fair though, the brick is a pretty brick.
I mean, it is.
It may be one big brick, but it's pretty.
Jonas hates Hobby Wing because he had a bad experience with it one time, and
3 or 4 times. I forgot how to count.
It's because you're German.
so take his review for what it's worth. He doesn't remember how to count.
Governance sucks. It just balks heavily when you load it up and then rips the RPM back up, seen on 3 helicopters with 3 different Hobby Wing ESCs. And the RPM signal does not work, and so I could not fly VGov. And if you get a working RPM signal that can actually be interpreted by a flybarless, you have the choice to either buy new tail blades after every spool up, brackets, airplane mode, or wait 3.5 seconds until the Hobby Wing finally does the handover to the VGov, brackets, heli mode, and therefore have no auto rotation bailout. Isn't it great?
I never had any issues with external gov on the 3Digi.
You
the
can't
brain.
complain too much about no auto rotation bailout because how did that work on your Scorpion?
Yeah, but that was at least fixed in the last patch, dude.
Yeah, true.
They patched it, and
That was a known issue, and you
Hobby
continued.
Wing still hasn't patched it. And I was complaining about it like a year ago.
True.
Yeah, a lot of people were complaining
Scorpion's
about
on their shit with fixing it.
Oh well. Yeah, Scorpion isn't perfect either. I'm just waiting for
Nah,
mine to burn because of.
At the end of the day, no matter what company you go with, none of them are perfect. Every one of them has an issue.
They've all
Let's say it like
burned.
this: there is no perfect ESC on this market. Some get close, some absolutely don't.
Some have a bad
True.
batch and it destroys everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just makes the whole company look bad. But
Yeah.
then again, some of them just hide it and act like they didn't have an issue, which
That's
is more
true.
annoying.
Or
It's
someone
like,
should just fix their governor because that was on like ESCs built like a year apart from each other.
Yeah.
Gen 5.
So- Oh well.
So it's Russian roulette no matter what you do.
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
No good ESC on the market. Period.
I mean, and that's why I've started bringing a fire extinguisher with me to the field.
Fair enough. That's probably smart. I should do that.
Yeah.
too.
We've had chargers burn up, helicopters
Yep.
burn up. So you know what?
Yep.
It's a little $15 that could possibly save you a couple thousand, right?
Fair.
Yep.
So if we've learned anything today, it's take a fire extinguisher to the field.
Yeah, we haven't learned anything
flying
else.
YGE.
That's the most important thing to learn
mean-
when you're dealing with E ESCs.
The Gen 5 may have been what started this whole carry thing to the field.
Oh man.
After that one, it was kind of like, yeah, that was kind of a large fire.
Rip.
Ripperino. So, what else do we have to talk about today?
I think
Nothing.
that's about it.
That's it?
I think that about covers everything. Power systems. We're not doing a maneuver today because we are having a couple technical issues still with the accuracy multiplayer. But we'll get all this stuff ironed out and That's why everybody flew by themselves today.
I didn't fly.
Or not. Nick
Or-
has been playing CSGO.
I could have been bunny hopping and recording this if you guys wanted. If anyone likes CS:GO and wants to watch me bunny hop,
No, bad. Start a let's play.
let's play CS:GO. Yay!
There's
Okay,
probably
you do
400 of those.
Yeah, there's
You
probably
do that
one.
on your own channel.
Nope, it's going on the Rotorheads channel.
Okay.
Sage.
Expect Nick's CSGO Let's Plays.
Don't,
Soon.
because it's not happening.
But then I'm also gonna upload Mario Kart.
Oh god, this is just evolving.
No more
Thank-
Rotorheads. We're now video games.
Thank you everybody for
well.
joining us for episode 20. We hope you guys enjoyed it.
Rip Alex.
Let us know what maneuvers you want to see. Thank you again to Alex Perez for joining us. Sorry to see him go halfway through the episode, but maybe we'll have him on again.
Where did he go?
I don't know. He
where
just
did
said
he
he had
had
to
something
leave. He had an emergency he had to take care of.
Probably
So-
his bamboo internet connection being shitty again.
Yeah,
Oh
could
well.
have been. Could have been.
Oh well,
But
yeah.
Find
If
us
you guys got
on.
any questions about power systems, let us know.
Yeah.
We can follow up to this. Find us on Facebook. Subscribe to the new YouTube channel. We are still not on iTunes because they're trying to fight me. They're refusing. They're refusing to accept it. But you can still add, if you use the iTunes app for your podcast, you can still add us to that. You just have to do it manually with the address that you'll find on the Facebook page, and I'll also include it in the comments of this video so people can find it there too. Thanks for
Who the
joining us,
fuck
everybody.
uses iTunes.
Alrighty, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Bye. See ya.
Bye.
Stop.